So, I have a story for you today, and it is a little scary. Well, it's scary, but I'll tell you, it happened about maybe 2 years ago to me. So, what I had been doing is I had contacted someone who came very highly recommended to help me with a health problem. And what she said is, we have to clean out your system. Well, I trusted her because of the high recommendation. And so I was doing what she said. I was taking these herbal supplements and everything that I thought were helping me heal. And I went on a vacation with my boys. I have 3 boys that are now men. And we went, and I drove there. And it was about a 15-hour drive. So I broke it up. But anyway, we went there, had a wonderful time. And I was driving back alone. Everybody was going to their places. And I was driving back alone. Now, there's a city, and I won't name the city because it could be any city, but I had to go through this city. I wasn't feeling that well in the car. So I needed to pull over, and so I found a hotel in that city. Now, the one thing, my oldest son had gone to school in that town or that city and had always said, do not be caught downtown late at night. So I got a hotel and I went to the hotel. Well, the next day I started to go down. Something was really wrong. My blood pressure dropped very low. I was in a very dangerous place. I got extremely weak. I could not even walk to my door of my hotel room to get out. So I called a friend, and she said, ooh, it didn't even sound like me, and I needed to go to the hospital right away. So she said, you call downstairs, let them know an ambulance is coming, or I'll call downstairs and you call the ambulance. So I called the ambulance. She called, well, it doesn't matter. Somebody called each. So the hotel knew that the ambulance was coming. And anyway, so the ambulance came, took me away. And it turned out, now this isn't the scary part. Believe it or not, this was not the scary part. But the doctor said, what are you taking? And I told him the herbs, and he said, do you realize that you're cleaning out every one of your systems at the same time? And that's what made me plummet. You cannot clean out every single organ in your body at the same time. Well, I didn't know that, but that's what was happening. Anyway, he stabilized me. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning when I finally got out of that hospital. Now, granted, they released me, but I was still a little unsteady. Actually, I was more than just unsteady. I just felt very Twilight Zone-ish, not good. And I didn't even think of taking the hospital shuttle. So I just called an Uber, which was not the wisest thing to do at 1 o'clock in the morning when you're not feeling quite right. Anyway, so I pulled up the hotel, but in the downtown area that I was staying at, and gave it to the Uber guy. But I'm not there totally. And so I actually gave him the name of the hotel right, but there were 2 in that downtown area. And I had given him the wrong one. So he drove me there, and I get out of the car and he drives right off, and I'm saying, well, it looks a little dark. And I got out and he just took off. I don't know why he took off so fast. However, it was very dark, and I am in the middle of that city, and there is nothing around me that is open, and that hotel is closed. So I am standing on a street with no businesses that are open. And there's a guy on a phone way about a block up. And there are 2 men on bicycles that are going just back and forth and have eyed me. I can't get Wi-Fi. I'm on this corner of this dead hotel. There are no businesses. I don't know where I am. I have no clue. And I don't know what to do. And these bicycles, after they looked at each other, decided to get closer and closer to me on each turnaround. Now, single woman on the corner, and there is nobody else there's not even cars going by, nothing. So I am really alone. And the guy on the phone doesn't want anything to do with anybody. In fact, he turned away as those guys started getting closer to me. So I did what would you do? What would you do? And this is why I'm telling this story. I leaned back against the building and I just said, Monad, that's what I call God. Monad, I did it again. I got myself into a mess. I don't know how to get out of this one. I have no clue. I have to leave it up to you. I do not know how or where I am, how to get out. And I don't know what these two guys are up to, but I need help. I need you to help me. I do not know where to turn. And then I just believed. I had asked for help. I was very well connected. And I just felt to myself, I would receive the help. Now, by the time I did that, one guy had gotten very close. Like he was right at the curb and I was right on that sidewalk, which was, not very thick. And so when he got there and he's riding right by, his eyes are right on me. And instead of backing away, I got myself standing as tall as I could, and I stepped forward and I said, hello. And I don't know, it was intervention. It had to be intervention because these guys had pegged me as a victim. And he just looked at me and he suddenly he saw something. He saw something. I know he did. And instead of getting off his bike and coming at me, he just looked at me and he got a little smirk and he said, hello. And he motioned to his friend and then went away. And here's the other thing. All of a sudden, my phone started to work. Now, I am a medicine woman and I am very connected to source or monad or God or whatever you like, divinity, whatever you like to call it. I know who my guide is. I know all that because I work in that area. I channel it now, but I have to say, I knew that I had to ask for the intervention for there to be an intervention. I knew that it's the belief in it that makes it work, right? That's why I always say to every client I have, we have to connect you to your guides. We have to connect you to the angels, whatever you believe. I don't really matter to me what you believe, but it's very important that you connect and you can hear them as well as they can hear you. Because when these moments happen to us and we have nothing to call on, we have to know in our hearts, in our souls, in our minds, in every part of our being that what we have asked is going to happen. And it is in that knowing that they can work with us to make it happen. If I had not had the faith and had shriveled up against the wall of that old hotel, I swear they would have all of a sudden gone after me because I would have been in a victim role. But because I had the knowing that I was protected, I could stand up and look tall and say, I am not a victim. And then everything could go into motion. Do you see? That's why I'm offering right now this incredible class. And it is an online class to connect to your guides, Now this class is 4 to 6 weeks, okay? And it does cost, but I made it very affordable, very affordable. Why? Because I feel at this time in our history, many of us are already feeling like victims. And I feel a lot of us are suffering from anxiety. And a lot of us are having trouble even coming out of our houses. Or we have trouble dealing with what's going on in our lives. And wouldn't it be nice to have that knowing, to gain the messages, to be able to actually contact and talk to your guides and your angels, and to receive answers then or in our dreams, or just all of a sudden that surge of I know comes into us. There is nothing like it, and it can be a game changer, especially when you need it most. So if you want to learn more, there is a link below. And if you want to just talk to me about it, then DM me. Or you can look at that link and there will be a place where I can call you if you leave your phone number. I'm not one who pushes. I don't want to push. If you're ready, you're ready. But if you want to learn more and you want me to call, then you can leave your phone number. If you don't and you're just interested in the class and it's a good price, so you won't be paying a whole lot at all, then take a chance. Take a chance, right? All right. So anyway, I'm going to be sharing different stories because I've had a lot, and I would love to be able to share with you the different things and how working with my guide and my guides or the angels, as you might like to call them, or with monad or God or source itself. How has that helped me in my life, which is tremendous. I have so many stories I can tell you. All right. You have a fantastic day. I hope you enjoyed the story. Take care of yourself. Lots of love.